he slept with the prostitute and then carried what?
Bro, carried the gates of the city. Divorce happens, relationships don't work out, but it's a difference between a marriage not working and me being a bad husband.
But what I was more curious about was who taught you that this is the way to deal with this? Like, where'd you see this?
Barack was not a bad choice when it was him and John McCain.
With black people, just like, let's just get you in there for now. And then the next one,
Think about it. If you talk like you're from the Valley or you talk like you're from Atlanta, I don't want to hear it.
Yo, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of the Disruption Podcast. What's happening with the set? You're looking around like...
No, I was just hearing the wind, man.
Yeah, the wind is winding.
The
wind is winding.
Thank you for joining us. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share this around. If you haven't subscribed but you've come back, it means you enjoy it. So subscribe. Helps us out quite a bit. It's Nor the Baghdadi.
It's Chief Olusoji in the building, baby.
The Prince.
Yeah.
We got an hour and 20 minutes to entertain you. Marwa's not here today.
Oh, we forgot about that.
Okay. Because it was either me or her that's going to be missing. Because my brain is working on 50%. And she's not in a physical condition to be here. So one of us had to give.
Yeah.
So if you hear coughing throughout this episode, excuse me.
Oh, my God.
If you hear sniffling, excuse me.
This guy's disgusting.
If you hear blowing tissue, excuse me. I'm going to try to keep it off camera, but I can't help myself. Okay?
It's actually so gross when you think about it and hear it in his voice.
Like why here?
Yeah.
Wait, you guys don't think it's sexy, my voice?
Hey, you thought you had the little deep thing on it.
Baby. Yeah, untimely passing of Liam Payne. We're going to be getting into which Bible characters we think we could punch up and which ones we think would
get packed up. Yeah.
All right. And then what else we got? We got a couple other.
A couple of things, man. I want to talk to people about grace at some point. That was the little one I didn't send into the chat for you, but yeah, we can get into it, man.
Okay.
All right, Carlos, man, you want to talk to us?
It's 9 in the morning.
Yeah.
Saturday.
Yeah.
We're going deep in the morning.
Pause, man.
Yo.
Well,
It's a good way to wake up.
Yo, it's not what I needed at this time.
So last week or the last 2 weeks, I've been thinking a lot. You know, just about life. Just what's going on. And this question came to my head, and I'm very curious to know what you guys think about it as well. What areas of your life do you think you get to see it in full potential, at the most full potential?
That I'm seeing it, like, am I seeing it right now in its fullest potential?
No, not right now, but like, let's just say, okay, cool, in 30 years, I know I will get to see the full potential of this. I'll give you an example, right? When I was thinking, again, I didn't think about it too deep, but I think fitness, I know this sounds so funny, but I think fitness and body, I think that's an area in which you actually get to see your full potential in that, right? The reason why, I mean, obviously, like, I was watching all this bodybuilding stuff just for the vibes of it, but I was like, hey, to be honest, if you eat right and you exercise, and let's say you do it like 4 or 5 times a week, you will probably get to see yourself in the best shape possible, you know? I mean, people have done it. It's not that it's impossible for anyone to do it, right? So I'm like, hey, to be honest, I think I can do that. I think I get to see my full potential there. But now it's starting to make me think, because I think I was trying to figure out, like, okay, cool, this is how I want to do my gym stuff. This is what I want to work out. This is what you know. And I was like, oh, wow, I should get to see what my full potential looks like in terms of my body shape. Cool. And then it brought up this whole question of what areas in life do I think I get to fully see it? I was like, yo, I've reached that.
Yeah. I think that also has an element of it in that over time, you're also going to see the people that didn't make those decisions that you made.
Yeah.
Right? Whether they made good decisions and I made bad ones, or I made good decisions and they made bad ones. And then because in time you can compare, you can be like, I mean, we can think about it, even uncles and aunties that we know right now, where it's like, yo, that uncle actually works out and I've known this for a while. And it's like, now I compare him to this other uncle I know and I'm like, oh, I can see why that one's always complaining about knee pains and this and that.
Yeah.
This one never does. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes, like, I look at a lot of young dads, right? Like 30, 40 years old, and I'm like, you can run after your kids. You can't.
Bro, everyone always talks about this running after.
It's facts, though.
Yeah,
you don't realize how much kids run, bro.
Yeah, you got to run
You know?
after them kids.
And it's like just witnessing that, I'm like, oh, okay. So I think there's an element of, because of time.
Come on.
Switch camera.
I did.
Because of time, you can see that I did well, but you can also see others did not well, and that helps you realize that you did well.
So that's okay.
I think same with a lot of financial decisions.
Oh, that one. Oh, ooh.
Because financial came to my mind. I was like, okay, cool. How do I know that I've reached my full potential.
I wanted to catch him on the camera thinking about life, trying to hold in the biggest cup. This guy was breathing deep over there, man. Sorry.
No. Yeah, I think brought up an interesting one, like the finances one.
I think for me, I will see my full potential in my mind, I reckon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and that sounds like a low achiever.
No,
that's
that's a big achiever. If it's anything, I'm like, what? Like how?
Yeah, so I think for me, and I was actually talking to someone about this yesterday. I was like, I want to context. In Power, Tariq is in a class where he sits and it's like philosophy. And they're just always constantly sitting around there and talking about things and like I love those spaces, especially with the way that American college talks about like what is evil? What is the content? Those spaces, I'm like, bro, where can I get this?
I'm not gonna lie, in Power, that's probably my favorite kind of scene.
The favorite scenes,
in the classroom, because I was like, okay, cool. What is the lecture gonna say?
Yeah.
What is the question for the day?
This guy said my favorite scene is when they're sitting around a table chatting, and Lala Anthony's like, "Freak, I got my boobs out for nothing."
Yeah. Bro, she had him out in the first season, but yeah, it was crazy. I was gonna go home and start watching Power. But and I see that and I'm like, this is lit. And then I've constantly tried to figure out how can I implement this in my life? Or I was like, I'd actually be interested in pursuing, like I was even saying I would like to do like some kind of like apologetics course or theology, that kind of stuff. Like I'll be interested in that. Yeah, the hard questions kind of like I'll be interested in going into those spaces and having those ideas. I
was like, when you go to this class, you're like, oh, this is not what I thought.
This is not what I thought.
Where's the question of where's
evil? Yeah, hey. But I reckon because that's the typical like the way I am, and I always interrogate every thought that comes from mind. I always like go deeper down rabbit holes, and I think as I continue to do that and find avenues for that, I reckon like when it's all said and done, I'll be able to be like, yeah, I think I was able to fully utilize my mind to understand people, to understand the world, whatever, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. But I might be fat as heck with a good mind. I don't know what that really does.
But I think in line with that goes like understanding as well, and like just how the world works. And I think we sort of have a good concept of I don't know if that makes sense, but I think behavioral stuff as well. Like just understanding how things work and why they work in that kind of way, people's behavior and why they behave in that kind of way as well. I just finding ways in how to I had a scenario in mind, but I don't know. I think we might have to cut out the segment.
Good.
No, it's nothing deep or anything, but it's just more of like, because, okay, we'll have to cut it out, but I'll give you guys the context. Okay. If that's all right.
Just say it,
I'll say it. But it's just about like working with people and just knowing like who to work with. Yeah. And how I know this, like last week I got a text message from someone, right? One of our other friends found it difficult to work with this person, right? And then they sent me a message say, hey, like, just want to say thank you. It was just so easy to just talk to you about anything. And I was thinking, I was like, wait, hold on. This is very interesting, yeah? Because now I'm just comparing. I'm like, this person found it very difficult to work with you, or this person found it difficult to work with you. Not because you're difficult to work with, but just that they don't understand how to work with you.
Right? You can keep it in. Huh? You didn't give any details. I think that's fine.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm keeping that in.
They're watching this like,
I'm not cutting it out.
What a dictator.
I'm not cutting it out.
But they're watching this and like, oh.
Bro, no, the understanding people want is big.
They're watching this and like, oh, you find a different.
I do think actually that who I choose to align with, whatever it might be, right? Whether it's business, whether it's whatever else. And like, funny enough, we were actually chatting about this yesterday at church, and I was just saying like choosing like who you allow to mentor you and things like that. It's like it's a really big one. It's massive. I remember I can say this. Like when I worked at agency, it was marketing agency, and the team was pretty much all men for the most part of it. All of them were like mid-30s to 40, either not married, not in a serious relationship, or married or in a serious relationship and didn't care about their girl.
Serious.
Yeah. And I remember thinking to myself, I'm like, I will not allow any of you to speak into my life. Like, I actually will not allow any of you to speak into my life because I don't want to be like you.
I wonder how many people actually take account of that in terms of like looking at who's around and being like, okay, let me limit how much you actually have an input. I don't know if people think about that too much of like, what you're around and then taking account of that and now reducing, because I feel like that's what I love.
I love to do that.
I love that.
Bro, people have always asked me like, you're around this person. I'm like, dude, you don't understand how good my freaking boundaries are, bro.
My thing is,
locked off.
I'm not a like I will never allow material things to be the reason as to why
You remain in
to be the reason as to why I will not take advice from someone.
Okay,
right?
yeah.
So I will literally listen to somebody who's poor, right?
Yeah.
I will listen to somebody who's divorced. I'll listen, like things that we would value as success. But if there's character issue,
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm honestly not willing to sit here and listen to what you have to say. I mean, we always crack jokes about, like, or I always crack jokes, to be fair, about like Steve Harvey being married 4 times, giving me information on marriage. But like, there is some level of, you've experienced why marriages don't work. So I can actually learn something from
what
you.
you're saying.
100%. You know what I mean? Now, granted, for your sake, I would have preferred blah, blah, but, and you would have too, realistically, right?
Yeah.
But it's, that is what it is. But it's like, if you're, I don't know, like I'm not taking any relationship advice from Offset. I don't care how rich you are. I don't care how whatnot you are. I don't care how, I just,
At the core of your character,
you don't
you're not speaking anything
you know what I
valuable.
mean?
Yeah.
And so even to me, like then I would
true.
struggle to take financial advice from you. I would struggle to take, like business advice from you. All this
From
kind of,
Offset?
because I'm like, the way you value the thing that I deem as most valuable,
Okay.
right, will impact. I mean, like for example, my dad had told me this. He was like, never go into business with somebody that's obsessed with money or obsessed with sex. And then there was one more thing. I can't remember what it was, but it was just like people make decisions that are impulsive if they're obsessed with either of those things, right? And it's so true. And it's like you'd be like, oh, what does him cheating on his wife have to do with us going in business together? It's like that's character,
people
bro.
that might do dirty
That's-
as well.
Yeah,
with
but
business,
don't you hear also stories of like, oh, you're a bad husband, but you're an amazing father to the kids?
Yeah, but I wouldn't rate that person.
Can I be honest?
No, but that this just
Can I be
sounds-
honest? You're a fun father to the kids. I don't think you're an
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, because
father.
also what you're representing with the mother of the same kids it's not a wholesome.
Because now, like, how am I an amazing father, right? And this
Wait,
is
so you don't
obviously
think it's possible?
I think people
think-
co-parent. I think
Yeah.
people
No,
can
people can
co-parent well.
co-parent, but co-parenting is not the ideal.
No, but I know.
But being a
I'm separating the
co-parent-
two.
Let's be realistic. Divorce happens. Relationships don't work out. But it's a difference between a marriage not working and me being a bad husband. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Like it's like a divorce is not guaranteed because I'm a bad husband, and because I'm a good husband, it doesn't mean divorce is not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Does that
Yeah.
make sense?
Yeah.
So it's like that you can be in that situation where yes, you had a relationship that didn't work out, but you're an amazing father, right? But I don't think you can be a bad husband and a amazing father, because it's like, well, then what's the standard that I've actually set
For what an amazing
for my
father
sons to
represents.
see what
Yeah.
a man should be as a husband, right, for their mother, and for my daughters to say this is what I should look for in a man, in a relational sense, because that's realistically the ultimate evolution of your kids' life, is the decision that they make in terms
Yeah.
of not ultimate, but biggest second.
What they
biggest
move on to
decision.
be doing. Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah.
So wait, hold on. So let me just clarify. So you're saying you can't be a bad father you can't be a bad husband and a good father.
I don't believe so.
I don't think you can.
No.
I
agree with
I
the
think
sentiment.
you're only an amazing father at that point because you're a fun father. You get them on the weekends, you get them every second week, you get them whatever, and it's like, let's have haps.
It's not hard to be a good dad in terms of
Dog.
like the
Yeah,
signals
no.
symbols of being a good
Nah,
dad.
to be honest, I don't know if I fully agree with that. Because
Being present and
no.
providing.
Because for me, I've seen people who are like, I'm like, yeah, in terms of your relationship,
Bro, if I
with
knew
your-
my dad treated my mom horribly, that's a horrible. Like, I would not respect my dad.
yeah, I mean, the word bad husband, it sounds like you're disrespecting.
Well, I
your-
mean, you said bad.
it's
Bad
only
as you ever
no,
met.
I don't mean bad in like you know, like
Yeah,
you
okay.
slap or
No,
you
but
dis-
like cheating,
I don't mean,
not
I
even
don't
cheating,
mean-
bro. Like, I never listened to her.
Yeah,
I
simple
never
as that.
all this kind of stuff, right? Like that's a bad husband.
Yes, okay, yeah.
And
I
it's
agree.
like, what that really honestly says to me is like that relationship, you didn't like her as the guy. You didn't like her.
Probably.
The only reason any guys, we say this all the time, the only reason guys hate their baby mama or hate or deadbeat dads or whatever, it's because they hate the baby mama.
Yeah. Again, I don't know. I think from what I've seen like this guy. I'm like, man, you're not a good partner to your partner. That's how I see it. But also just seeing how they are around their kids and how much they prioritize their kids as well, and how much they just care about. I was like, okay, I can't say that you're bad to your kids.
Yeah, but like I said, it's easy to do those things.
No, but you guys are
very
saying,
easy.
No.
But I'm saying the signals of a good dad is very easy to do. Like,
yeah, so that's what I'm saying.
It's like when we congratulate fish to
but you're saying
swim.
the fun stuff. I'm talking about like being
in general, like being present, providing, all those kind of things. That's not hard to do.
Yeah,
but in terms of ultimately the meta of what you represent now, but that's the thing you have to focus on.
But ultimately that means that you can be good to your kids, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, no. Like you can do the things. I'm saying it's easy. The standard of being good to your kid is easy. Of being a good dad in terms of what you represent as a whole is when it comes now in terms of like, okay, what you're representing, again, showing how you treat the mother of these same kids that you're talking about.
Yeah.
That is a big part. Because what example
I get what you're saying in terms of that now.
Yeah.
I was just looking at it more simply of like, can you be good over here but bad over here? Is that something that's possible?
I think we should be looking to push on all fronts in life.
I know. I think ultimately you being as a whole, that's the definition of like, I'm a good father because of how you treat your partner, even if it doesn't work out, but the respect they still have for her 100%. Or for him. I think that's important.
Yeah, Kamala, I hope it convict a lot of men out here, bro. Like these kind of statements. I hope.
Yeah, no. Like
some guys, probably, especially guys where, like, they in this type of a situation, they commend and hold themselves to such a good standard because they think like I'm showing. I know.
But
and you feel
I'm here to pick up my son.
Yeah. And then just bounce. But yeah, no, I definitely agree with that. I think what it means to be a good man or what it means to be a good father, all across the board, you can't pick and choose what areas in which you want to do that. Because again, what does it ultimately mean to be a good father? Right? It's like you have to, because one day your son is gonna grow and get into a relationship and marry someone, and the same with your daughter as well. So what message are you sending to your kids if you're over here disrespecting your partner? So I get in that context.
I have an example slightly. I can't remember the full thing of it, but it was from like Love is Blind. And I think one of the guys, his parents split up, and then everyone really loved the conversation that him and his mom had at the wedding. So he ended up, the guy ended up not proceeding with the wedding at the altar.
Okay.
So he ended up saying like, nah, I don't want the. I forgot his name, man. It started with C or something like that. But it was a black couple.
So they go to the altar. Is like,
they go to the altar and he's like, nah, not on it.
Right.
And I was gonna do it. I thought about it. And his mom has a really serious like dialogue with him in terms of like everything that they've experienced, and then even his dad like opens up a little bit there and is like, I think that he started crying at one point, but he attributed like him not being able to like proceed with that wedding to what he'd seen amongst him, the dad and the mom growing up, and their relationship and whatnot. He's like, I just personally, I'm not ready. I don't know. It was cop out reality TV
hold on.
media.
I feel like I've seen this.
It's a black couple.
Yeah.
And then the girl's name was AD. Yeah, that's all I remember. The girl's name was AD, I think. And then the guy is like Cole or something. But
AD what?
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 He said AD what?
AD's nuts.
Nah, this guy's goofy, bro. I switched the camera and everything for that, man. But yeah, it was like he literally puts it all back. He's like, yo, like because of what I saw within mom and dad, like. And even though his dad is his pops, like they have a good relationship, and his dad has been a good dad too, but it came down to what he saw. Yeah, man.
Right. Mad, bro.
It's crazy, bro. So honestly, we are blessed for what we've been able to have and experience. Taking it back a little bit to what you said in terms of peak form, all that kind of stuff. What do we think we can reach our max potential for? You said physical, and I want to now tie this into what we said around who do we think we can scrap in the Bible.
Okay, yeah.
It's not like, okay, so this is where the conversation I wanted to start.
Yeah, where did this come from, bro? Who angered you when you were reading?
I saw a thread on Twitter, but it was like, who in the Bible do you think can fight? Like, can really throw down in a fight?
All right, let's hear it then.
All right.
Physical?
Like, on a straight up fight, they might,
The man, these in the Old Testament, we're getting packed out.
There's no question Samson.
I don't even want to go there with it.
Because my thing is, I don't know if Samson was wham.
I don't think he was usually wham.
I think he was.
He might have been.
I think he just went Super Saiyan whenever he needed to.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
The guy
But I
Was
think
it what he slept with the prostitute and then carried what?
bro, carried the gates of the city
away.
You know, like
For
that
no
one,
reason.
there's no context to it. So I'm just like, what was? Because I've even looked into the commentaries and all this. I'm like, what are you doing walking away with it? But just imagine how emasculating you would feel as a member of that city.
Yeah, he had a great beat. That's what it was. He had a great beat. It was
Hey, that's
gassed.
the other thing, bro. He wasn't even tired afterwards. He wasn't even tired, bro. He finished her through the mattress.
Sam's son, man. Yo. That's
Samson
crazy.
can fight.
Yeah, he could
Samson's
scrap.
up there, number one.
I'll go one I know for sure. I reckon. he could scrap.
Obviously, Goliath will finish us off.
Facts.
Yeah. Yeah. Nah, but that's a warrior.
That-
for
Yeah.
warrior characters.
Except for warrior characters. Okay.
Bro, Elijah, I reckon scraps. But I reckon he scraps like Indian taxi driver.
Wait, what does that
That's
mean?
what I see. Like, haven't you seen the videos of when Indian taxi drivers
You
go
bloody
wild?
bastard, you.
But they're hitting people with the with like it's a towel or something. I reckon that's how Elijah be scrapping people.
I hear it.
Yeah, I hear it. Okay, this one underrated by Noah.
You think no
Okay. Talk to me.
Hey, bro, you guys didn't see what he was building? I think that man low key underrated.
Mental toughness.
Mental toughness, bro. The guy, the guy is doing, bro.
Yeah.
I know who he is. You know those people that just never give up.
Yeah.
Right?
Man's
The
building a
fight's
bird
over.
after. Who knows if there was even rain before that? we don't know. We didn't
No,
have
I
context.
feel like you try to fight him, he will just never give up. Even if you can beat him,
He will never
you're gonna
give
get tired
up.
because you actually just won't give up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jacob. I think Jacob can fight, and the reason I say that is this guy wrestled with an angel and didn't die. He just walked away with my hip.
No Big Deal has a dangerous line in one of his songs. I forgot what it was called, but it said something wrestling with God, came away limping, they think I'm pimping.
Yeah.
So, yo, Jacob literally, he's like, yeah, came away from the scrap, little hip, you know? But he's walking away, but that's how he walked off from the fight. Just a little pip in the step.
Bro.
The original OG, bro. Like,
Everyone else in the Bible, they see the face of the angel or whatever.
gosh,
Bro,
oh
they,
my
I can't
God.
look. This guy says, scrap.
My guy said, let's go for it.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
that's a madness, bro. Who else would be scrapped?
Who's New Testament that can fight?
Well, Peter always had that blicky on him.
That's what I thought as well, but I'm not
he
too
was
sure.
chinging.
But he probably had the confidence from the blicky. You know?
Yeah.
So it's different to like ready to scrap.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like how if he didn't have the knife on him when they came to arrest Jesus, would he have done that? You know?
Bro, okay.
Also, why do you have a knife on him?
Hey, man. Nah, you need to think about that. That's a crazy one, right?
Yo.
James and John.
Sons
They're
of
called
Thunder?
the Sons of Thunder. That's a wild one. That one?
Yeah.
Sons of-
Come through swinging.
Yeah, that's
Yeah. Who's okay?
I think
let me
Saul
see.
might do some.
Which Saul? Saul Paul?
Saul Paul.
Yeah.
I think so.
Ooh.
Saul Paul was.
I think Saul
I think he
Paul
had a
was
lot
on
of
demon
men
time.
around him that would have handled
Yeah.
it for him.
Nah, but
He was head honcho,
no.
bro.
Yeah, I know, but I feel like he could do some.
He's Big Meech.
I think he's big meat.
Yo,
No,
literally
he's
just
actually
there,
big, yeah, he's big
letting
meat.
little people
Nah.
get stoned in front of him is kind of crazy. Like you actually have to be a little bit tapped to just be
He's
there
almost
watching that,
made- he made-
watching that on something. Yeah.
They maybe almost like Noah with the mental toughness.
I'm trying to see who else would I be? Who? Okay, and who would you guys scrap then? All respect to the Saints. obviously.
I think I'd finish Jonah, bro.
Yeah, Jonah's getting scrapped. Jonah's getting scrapped. Bro. Yeah.
Bro, Ragdoll. Also,
Jonah is a hilarious character.
is it
No, man, that was zero mental toughness in that situation. Yeah. Jonah is crazy, bro.
I don't like where this is going. Friggin', I'm jumping in the water.
Yeah. I've had enough. And then even man was mad because God was trying to do his good job of saving people. Like,
Crazy.
that's
Jonah,
mad.
It's
Yeah.
crazy.
I know who I'm scrapping easily, bro.
Okay, good.
Oh, you want me to tell you that? Okay.
Easily.
I can't do the father of many nations dirty, so I'm not going to talk about Abraham. That's OG. But Lot, his nephew,
Lot would have copped it, bro.
left, right, good night, fight night. Yeah.
I'm not gonna make a joke here, but there's a good joke. Lot for sure.
Oh, you know who I think is a scrappers probably though? Mordecai, Esther's uncle.
Facts.
I think he's a fighter
Yeah.
for real. Yeah. That man was probably much older, but I
High
reckon
key.
he's scrapping.
Esther.
Esther can scrap?
I think Esther.
I don't know, man. You reckon?
Yeah,
Scrap.
Esther would have been on Bad Girls Club,
Well, what's giving that vibe?
bro. She's calculated.
Yeah.
She has
At
a
young
plan.
age too.
She has a plan, bro.
Yeah.
Uh,
I want to throw in Moses.
Fuck,
nah, Moses can fight, bro.
Yeah,
Moses
That guy
killer.
killed a man.
Hey, Moses got a real M on him, bro.
On that, Aaron. I think we could
We could
No.
scrap
we could punch up Aaron,
That man had
bro.
a little quad.
You don't want a bit of a challenge or what, bro?
Nah, I'm trying to win. What the heck? Why am I going into a fight that I might lose?
Yeah.
What's going on?
I think I gotta.
Moses is killing you, bro. That guy was born
said Moses is killing you.
bro. Born in a river. That's different. And survived.
I was
in the
born
Nile.
by
The Nile where there's
river.
alligators, crocodiles, whatever it is.
Oh, that's a
Rick, is it Barnabas?
Son of encouragement.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
think
Punch. Pew, pew, pew. Too peaceful, bro. Too peaceful.
Yeah, so
Hey.
it's not fair because we're going after the peaceful guys, but
I mean,
yeah.
This is an aside.
I'm not going
but-
after the hotheads.
It's an aside, but I'd really love to just imagine a room just with these people.
Yeah.
And like with everyone being aware of timelines in terms of like, you existed at this, like, you know what I mean? Like generationally, they know, you were this period of time,
Yeah.
you were this time. Like, not like everyone just meeting each other and we think that
You know, it'd be
you were
mad.
next door.
Like you get to heaven and like obviously, I'm assuming. I honestly, there's probably no theological basis for what I'm saying. But you're gonna have these sort of chats. You know what I mean? Like you're gonna, that's Eve. But imagine, because it says in Hebrews that they're also like watching us run our race, right? Imagine like you get there and they're like, bro, like I don't know, like Joseph comes up to you and he's like, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know how you guys did it with the technology that you had and everything. Like that would have packed me up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like just imagine that. Like they're also looking at it like, I have no, like, how did you guys do it? Like having all this stuff, access to the world. Like, bro, I didn't even know anything existed outside of Egypt and Canaan.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
and someone is standing next to him. Is like, I'm from Guatemala.
Bro,
Like, what the
it's like,
hell?
I didn't know what the heck is a Guatemala, bro.
That's a fruit.
Hey, anyone else that could pack up there?
Um,
Proper scrap.
Yeah, that's a good point. Though. I really like that way. It's like, yo, how'd you guys do it with this? And then we're probably going like, how'd you do it with not having any of this?
Oh, I was gonna ask a question, but it's a
Thomas?
digression.
Doubting Thomas.
It's a scrap.
I think he can scrap.
Oh,
And I think he can scrap because of the confidence of what he said.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I can't lie, God. Hey, he didn't resurrect until I see the hole in his hands.
That's why.
Knowing that everyone will probably be like, bruv, shut up, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he knows everyone else, the remaining what, 10? Nah, Peter wasn't there. Judas was excommunicated. So there's only another 9. There's 9 men there at least that can pack him up, bro. And he was like, nah, I'm not hearing it. I'm not here for that's the scrappers. That's a real.
it's all about
scrappers.
what they say, man. Yeah, confidence.
Yes, nah, man. I was gonna say, but this is an aside. Did you have one more person?
No.
In terms of like what you mentioned around, I know you guys did. I know you guys did it. This goes in line with even the comment that you brought up. Who do we think had it easier? Because that's the conversation I always ask myself. I'm like, surely it was easier them days, less distraction to try to run your race, which is obviously not true. But when I look at it and I try to place things next to each other, I'm like, we're so distracted. There's so much going on right now. I'm sure like if all you had to worry about is if your ox was gonna be able to plow the field or not, and if you could marry your cousin, like,
Is it in what way?
easier to. But then again,
Manage
maybe the
life.
law and all that. But just I'm talking about like managing life. Yeah, was it easier?
Yeah, I think on a spiritual thing, like Jesus does say, blessed are those who believe that have not seen.
Believe that have not seen. Yeah,
Yeah.
Because that's
Because
peak.
I'm gonna assume like that's pretty hard to do.
That's us, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like there is an element of that in this faith thing. I think on the day to day, I think they had it hard. I don't know, man.
It's very hard because I think it can be fulfilling in some ways.
Fulfilling.
Fulfilling, like it's like, oh, this is like community around me and life is simple. And if you think about, let's say the struggles that we go through today, it's probably you probably wouldn't be going through those struggles then. I don't know if that makes
Yeah, we
sense.
definitely made a lot of problems for ourselves.
Yeah,
now too, you know,
a lot
yeah.
of problems, whereas before could just be as simple as it's very hard. I think it's simple in some ways, but it's also hard in other ways. I think hard in ways of like making your this is gonna sound funny, but it's hard in a way life becomes a bit complicated or you're sort of restricted to what you can do. Right? And then goes back in line with the whole full potential. Like, yes, maybe life is a little bit more simple for you, but do you really think you can also achieve your full potential in all areas of your life and whatever that looks like?
Because we probably added a bunch more areas
That's the
that
thing
we can try to focus on and think
Yeah.
that we think is important now. But literally, if you were just looking about
Yeah,
much
yeah.
work in terms of making a living and then having an offspring,
I think we also do though dumb it down in terms of what they experienced because I mean the health
people
stuff,
coming
yes,
and stealing your. You know
but
what I mean?
even just like we cannot comprehend the society
Yeah.
that they existed in. Like, yeah, I finished up Genesis yesterday, and at one point Jacob goes to Joseph. He's like, something. I'm gonna take your 2 sons. They are now my sons.
Yeah.
Right, and any sons you have after this point are yours. And it's just like that would literally mean those are not my sons anymore. I don't know how.
Yeah,
but it
like
does,
what's the context of what you're doing?
But it's like we don't have anything like that, right? So there's like those kind of relational things that I think are
that
very,
might have
very
been
different.
quite pressured. Yeah, there might have been a little
Very,
bit of pressure.
very big, right? Or even again, like at the end of it, Jacob's like talking to this one's so funny to me. The first time I realized it yesterday. It's like talking to his sons, and he's like, "This is how your life's gonna go. This is how your life's gonna." Well, not. He's like, "Simeon, you're strong and whatever. I think or whatnot." And he's like, "But you're like, you're brash and you're wild, and you slept with my wife." And like you're talking to your own son. He says, like, which of your wives did he sleep with? You know what I mean? And I'm just like, these, like, the relationship dynamics are just so weird. And then on top of that, I don't think we deep just like how tough having that much cattle, which means you have that much staff. That you know what I mean? All that kind of stuff really is. You know what I mean? They're running their own AYAs, essentially. IYA.
Just a bunch of dairy, mate.
I feel like life could just change at any moment. Living like that as well.
Yeah, like one bushfire, you're packed up.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. And then now you
your
have to set up.
situation's finished, bro.
Yeah, as over here.
One
oh, yeah.
Samson with some foxes and some some fires on their tails,
Yeah,
and your
you're,
field is
you're,
gone,
you're
bro.
finished. Yeah, one strong wind, and then over here that happens. Insurance.
Yeah, literally. Yeah,
You know what I
there's no
mean?
insurance
Bro.
for these men.
That's why I feel like we're not.
There's
I know,
different levels.
In
clearly.
some areas, we're probably not like stressed. I was like, oh, if this happens to my car, or this happens to my house, this happens to that. Like, obviously, yeah, I'm stressed, but at the same time, I'm not fully stressed because I know that's all covered as well.
Yeah. I want to jump into the negatively impacting, but even just on this whole insurance thing, it killed me. I saw this guy, he's in Florida, and obviously Florida's going through the crazy hurricane.
yeah.
Hurricane, was it not Milton?
Milton.
Is Milton? Yeah. Crazy. Oh my days. The visuals that I'm seeing from it is wild.
Let me show you my my cousin's house, bro.
Oh, word. Yeah? Packed? Oh, man. This guy's a horrible cousin,
It's so wild, bro. Like,
Bro, but like
talk,
this,
but yeah.
this guy, he parks. He's like, he's got all these cars. He must be like, I think he does like social
I
media,
saw
all this
that.
kind
I
of
saw
stuff. Parks all these like amazing cars. I just got this new, this that. Just parked them on the highest point of the like. He was like, I've tried to move them to the highest point I can. If not, whatever. They're just cars. Insurance will sort me out. I say, huh?
Yeah,
I know insurance will sort you out, but bro,
like-
if I were to be like, oh, whatever, like, sure, something might happen to the studio, but we're insured. Like, that's whatever.
Yeah.
that's
Dog, my black magic camera is burnt.
It's the
You know?
headache, bro. The
Like,
headache. Because
yeah.
you know by the time they get to everyone,
Crazy.
I'm finished.
Oh, no.
You know those big like hard rubbish containers? The big
the
ones?
skips? Yeah.
Big skips?
Yeah.
It's on top of his house, bro.
Oh!
no.
How the heck did the wind pick that up?
Nah, that's crazy, bro.
A skip
It's
is
wild,
on man's
Do
crib.
people know how heavy that thing is?
Yo, oh my, nah.
Car's finished as well.
Far out. Yeah. Honestly, bro.
Yeah, wait, hold on. How did it skip
Fam?
end up on
This is a regular for these Americans, bro.
Nah, bro.
It depends on where location
Where,
wise.
yeah, but even California, bushfires.
yeah.
Florida.
I mean, with bushfires are regular for us as well.
Yeah, but like we're in Victoria, in Melbourne specifically. We're great. We don't have this. We have a little tremor here and there.
Yeah, New York's similar, where it's like it's pretty good.
Yeah. But bro, man, tornadoes. I've never seen
Tropical places, bro.
tornado, bro. Like can't
I
see
saw the
tornadoes
videos,
form.
it's so bad.
It's how wild, bro.
No, I was like,
Some of those natural disasters, like any of the elements in like
Extreme
in extreme
form,
is scary.
tsunamis,
fire,
floods.
water, wind, and mud, bro. Like,
Bro,
it's
landslides.
What do you mean the land is
What are you
sliding?
talking about here, bro? And this is what these people are experiencing, man. Yeah, it's
the
crazy.
government came and said, yeah, we'll help you guys out. He's $750 loan.
Are you guys arrogant in that? Yeah, we'll go.
No, I was just, they were like, wait, hold on. You're giving out $750 on number one. There's no electricity. Number two, it's a loan, so we have to return it.
loan.
It's a loan. Yeah.
I want to get into this, by the way. The whole like Kamala is fumbling bad in this run. It's so bad to see, but yeah, madness. Are you guys kind of arrogant in the sense that you're like, I think I'd survive.
You'd survive.
Like I've always thought, like whenever I see like an avalanche, I'm like, it's just snow. Like if it fell on me, I'd survive.
Nah, bro, I saw it.
Like I'll just
Nah, bro, I saw the video. I said, I don't think
Crazy,
I can survive that, bro.
Yeah, now I'm
Nah,
getting
bro,
packed
it's
up.
so bad. I was
I'm
like,
getting packed
there is no way that I'm surviving that.
Yeah, I'm probably definitely getting packed up then, bro.
Yeah, now, I'm getting packed up.
Yeah, I was gonna say then, going back to then, those different eras and whatnot. You sent something that was interesting in the chat around, like, what era, in time do we think has negatively influenced our generation?
I'll tell you how I came to this. So
okay.
I was trying to change our handle on Instagram.
Oh yeah,
And I hate I was like, should I do just at disruption without the vowels?
Yeah.
Right? And I go on that and it's like some account that hasn't been used since 2014, I think. Yeah, like so trigger warning is just like a bunch of like those images of like scarred arms and things like that. And I was just like 2014 era, 2012, whatnot. It's like that's when Tumblr was massive.
Oh, yeah, Tumblr was
Right,
huge.
and
yeah.
I remember so many of the girls that I knew in school and whatnot, bro, they'd just be reposting all those images of like, like people self-harming and all that kind of stuff, and like almost romanticizing like suicidal thoughts. And I was just like, bro, what a dark thing over a generation, right? Because it's like the amount of people I know now that still have scars from those period of time or whatnot, and thank God they didn't go all the way with it, right? But it's like that really altered your whole experience of life. And it's like, because I don't want to discount what they may have been going through, but also I think like when you see everyone around you is thinking that way, it hyper fixates on whatever issues
it
you
was
have.
like when there was like cuts for Bieber or cutting for Bieber, that whole thing.
Because he smoked some weed, right?
Yeah.
Like, it like as in it makes you hyper fixate, and so it's like the problem that you had with like let's say your parents probably wasn't that bad that is worth.
It's just all.
I mean, nothing is that bad that it's worth dealing with this. To be fair, right? And so it's like it kind of like, but now that you at 28 have a memory of 14, 15-year-old self-harming, that's a very dark, traumatic memory to have, right? Whether it was because of a traumatic incident at that age or not.
Yeah, like
you're
carrying that now regardless.
Now you're carrying the trauma of like remembering. Yeah, I don't want to get too graphic, but it's like,
for sure.
And I was just like, bro, like that's such a twisted thing. And I believe, obviously I might be tapped out of like what's going on with these kids, but it's like, I believe that is not one of the things that kind of defines this generation in terms of stylisticness.
There's a subset of people that are obviously still on a nostalgia vibe.
Yeah.
So I was actually looking into some like, there was I think it was an Andy Warhol museum or art project of just like what defines the 1997 to 2012 generation, and what images or pictures represent our generation, right? And there's this thing we have of like being nostalgic of what was there before and what do we apply that to our life now. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's a lot of kids that are your 14-year-olds now
got you,
that are tapping into what we formed.
Isn't that
as
so
culture.
mad? Because like what I tapped into at that age was retro Jordans.
Exactly. That's
I
what
was like, I want to be like
all that 90s
whatnot,
you know what
and
I mean?
then somebody else is gonna tap into
tapping into what we defined. Yeah, what we define as culture. Like they're like If we're constantly talking about going home and going onto MySpace or going home and being on like Bebo, Habbo, all these whatever platforms, these fun chat rooms and games, Club Penguin, you know, all of that. They're like, what was that?
Yeah.
And that's what they go and look into, and that's what they find. They'll look at all the Tumblr stuff, you know, they'll have no idea what Kick was, you know what I mean? Like, and what that era, you know what I'm saying? So that's definitely what they're tapping into now to look at. Yeah.
I'll be very curious to see what that looks like, because I think a lot of those stuff have died off as well.
Yeah.
Right. So it's almost like everyone is tapping into the same sort of stuff, like the TikTok, everyone's sort of on it together. Right?
Which and to be fair, like I think the social media platforms in general now are pretty good at protecting people.
Yeah, yeah.
Like sometimes I'll, you know, be chatting in TikTok, like what's it called? Like in the message, like between me and a friend.
Oh yeah.
And it's like you'll say something that like might be a bit risky,
a little bit
or whatnot.
homophobic, yeah.
That's crazy.
Okay.
And it'll literally be like, this message was unsent.
No way.
You know what I mean? Like, as in, look,
they've taken it within chat. That's powerful.
Yeah.
Oh,
which
wow,
I'm like,
huge,
in a way, not bad. And or it's like, let's say like somebody was to send something around like, gee, I'm gonna KMS, right?
Yeah.
Right? It'll be like, if you need help,
Wow.
like blah blah blah.
We never had this.
Yeah, we never had that.
Never
We
had
didn't
this.
have this. Yeah.
That's when someone's reading your chat. But
that was definitely a very big impact. Okay, we can be sensationalizing it, like it might not have done anything crazy, but I know for a lot of
remember
for a lot
so
of
many
people
girls,
around me,
bro.
yeah, like bro, I was really close to this girl, and like she's she's the first one that speaks about depression to me. Like I'm depressed, and like we're talking medicated, this kind of that. I was
you're like, what?
I was like, frick, bro, this can happen to people. But she's also very much was tapped in with like the internet life and all that at that time, and I'm like,
Nah, so
just lock your phone, bro. These things are impacting you like negatively. So like we know people around us where because of that existence of that space, it definitely led to, again, hyperfixating on what might have been going on in their life, or now being a little like that was the first time when I was like, yo, before you start, like people around me, before you start just calling yourself depressed, like let's talk to. I remember being like 12 years old, being like, guys, let's talk to someone.
What does it mean?
Yeah, like let's talk to a trusted someone that has expertise in this. Let's not label ourselves. I was like, guys, let's not be labeling ourselves about this thing that we sing on the internet. Let's go and learn about it. And that's for a long time I didn't believe in mental health. You know what I'm saying?
Like the guy said was that, because I agree. I think at the time it's very hard to tell what it is or what's going on and where you know, like for me. Right now I understand, but before that I didn't know, because I wasn't on Tumblr, I wasn't on MySpace, Bebo, like none of that. I wasn't on. The only thing I had was MSN.
Yeah,
that's it. So being in year 9 or year 10, maybe year 9, you know, seeing someone cut on their hands, and I was very curious. I'm like, wait, what is this, and what? And then
it would always make me pause. I remember that. Like I would always be like,
Stare
oh
at it.
snap,
Bro,
no.
Just be like, I was like, okay. And then I started asking questions, and then they would tell me, and then I was confused. I was like, okay, that doesn't really make sense to me, right? But what I was more curious about was who taught you that this is the way to deal with this. Like, where did you see this? You know?
I remember that being a big thing on my mind.
Yeah, for me that was huge, because I was like, I don't understand this. Remember, like I have not been tapped into that side of things. I remember I did not have Tumblr. I did not think, nothing crossed my mind about harming yourself. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, obviously the way I grew up, parents, this, that, you know, was very different. So I was I have no clue what's actually going on in this area at all. So being able to see that, I was very curious. I'm like, okay, cool. Like, all of a sudden, this person's doing it. People are doing this. Right, and then obviously it goes deeper than what I thought, and then now the big question is like, okay, cool. What actually influenced you to do this? Where did that come from? Yeah. At the time, even if people no one's gonna say Tumblr, because they don't even know that themselves at the time. They're not gonna say MySpace. I feel like
they actually might have, to be honest. Yeah.
Yeah. For my experience, they wouldn't go Tumblr. Because even for them, there would be so many different things that's happening in their life. It could be a conversation they're having with their friends, Tumblr, MySpace. So they can't pinpoint to one thing to why this is the way it is.
This is just what I do.
Yeah, they're just like, oh, I don't know, like this is just what I do, right? But I think now moving forward and us being at this age, we can easily go back and pinpoint and say what actually happened at this time, and we can say it's due to this, and that.
Yeah, I want to say another era.
Yeah,
that I think negatively impact. Obviously now brings about a different connotation, but I think changed or shifted our generation was a lot of the Black Lives Matter movement era.
Okay, yeah.
which I would say definitely impacted a lot of the
Movement or
world.
organization?
Yeah,
Movement.
Okay.
I'd say in terms of what was going on like regarding discourse, right? Yeah, that's what
Sure.
that's what you mean by me. Yeah. So this is about like
2020.
I think what happened from that, some of it for good reason, some of it in terms of negatively impacted our generation, is it caused a lot of us to be, what did I even say? Polarized, overly sensitive, and trigger happy as a generation, right? Now, when I say that some of that is for good reason, is because it now doesn't allow BS to fly in our world, right? So it's caused a lot of boost in social media activism, calling out injustices that we see, even when it's on the micro level of individual interactions. So like one person stopping another person in the street, recording that injustice, and then now that person loses their job, you know what I mean? Because they've done something really wrong and rude to another individual. I think it brought about those kind of things from us. But I also think when I talk about the trigger happy element of it, it's just caused us to
Assume the worst.
Huh?
Assume the worst.
Assume the worst and trivialize important things. Trivialize them and now turn it into debates online, turn it into personalities that we hold or we have. Like you know,
It's your whole identity.
yeah, we know who someone is by what they represent and what they support, which is true already before all of this. But I think even more so, it's heightened that in our generation,
Right.
because you're when I talk about it being polarizing, you don't want to be one thing. You don't want to look like one thing, so you very much like. I think you mentioned this around Christians as well, regarding a lot of the Olympic stuff. You don't want to look like one thing, so you push so hard on the opposite of it, and that polarization that has happened from, I'd say, around that, you know, Black Lives Matter movement, and then a lot of the things that have like followed from that regarding just what's going on in the world. We've become so polarized and just on edge.
Yeah.
And I think we induce stress even for ourselves. We have fallouts that don't need to happen. We forget how to conversate. Comments are only now like gotcha kind of moments. You know what I mean? Like it's I feel like it brought that out of our generation and mainly and our generation, and maybe slightly just a little bit I want to say a little bit above us, but I think it's even worse below. Yeah. The younger generation are even worse now for that. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I think that era or that time brought that out.
Real quick, like, are you talking about like here in Melbourne? Are you talking about
the world?
Particular area?
Yeah, the world.
I
like
don't know.
the online world,
The online world, more so.
Okay, yeah, because I'm very curious to see like.
But it translates into real life too. I think,
Yeah,
I
mean, I get it's one of those where we think like the internet is this, but then in reality, it's like it's actually not that.
But when you think about it as well, though, we all only lived on the internet for those 3 years.
That's okay.
Do you know what I'm saying?
So this
that's why it has such an impact on us, because that's where we all existed on for like 2-3 years.
Yeah.
So this is what I was gonna say. I don't know if I can attribute that to the BLM period of time.
Yeah.
For me, it's Trump's presidency, the first one, right?
Probably more so even leaning to that.
Like I think that is the first presidency, because prior to him, it's Barack, who's done 8 years, right? 2008, social media wasn't really a thing like that, right? Like it would have been the start of utilizing, you know, Facebook to post the Yes We Can photos and all that kind of stuff. 2012, right, is the next election, right? Barack wins it again. 2016 is the first time that you've got 2 new candidates, and now we're full-fledged social media, right?
Yeah.
So in comes this character where I don't know if it's him, right? He, like, is the word exasperate situations?
Yeah.
Yeah. He is against somebody, Hillary Clinton, who's also very polarizing, right? And so the nature of things is already very, like, 2 extremes. And then both of them lean into the extremeness of each side, right? Yeah. Social media fully jumps into it. That by the time, obviously, he becomes president and he says this rhetoric that's just like very, like, divides people in two, right? That by the time social issues like the Black Lives Matter stuff, like other things, start happening, it's like it is times 10.
Yeah.
You know? COVID, whatnot, all this kind of stuff. It's like it
was a perfect storm.
It was a perfect storm, and I think from there, it's like when you look at it, everything is so divisive. Like everything. Also, we never really tapped into politics prior to this stuff. To be fair, just because of our age, like to that extent. But I don't think it was ever to this magnitude.
I mean, you could easily see like every single interview that happens, the whole world is on it. Everyone has to comment on it. Kamala
Kids are aware of it. That's my thing. Yeah.
Kamala Harris done like a couple of interviews. Every single interview is just out there. Everyone's talking about it. Even Trump as well. Him going on different podcasts but it's like wow, like we are so on it. And we have strong opinions every time. No one goes. I think this is the funniest thing. I think there's only one debate, and I think that was between the two vice presidents from either end, right?
You got some ashy legs on cam right
now. Man.
I'm trying to save you.
I'm not gonna.
There's moisturizer over there.
Yeah, I'm gonna put on moisturizer.
It's 9 a.m. It's 9 a.m.
9 a.m. Saturday. What? Carry on.
Yeah.
Debates.
Yeah, I was just saying like it's I think the two vice president debates was like the only one where people were like, oh,
that was respectful.
This is respectful. This is normal. And then the next day we go back to Trump going on this podcast, and then like, all right, here we go again.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. He's winning that election. There is, and it's sad. It's sad that he's the option. It's sad that she's the option. I'm gonna be honest.
You think he's winning that?
I feel like he's not.
She just sounds so bad. She just has this problem of not answering questions.
Have you seen her interviews lately?
No, not lately.
Oh man,
like she just over. My thing is, there's a certain point where it becomes very hacky when your answer to. So, for example, when people like question you on like, so let's say like pro-Palestine supporters will ask you about what's going on. And like yesterday, like one of the things, like I appreciate like your right to having a voice, whatnot, but it's my time to speak now.
Oh?
And yeah, just to like move off the topic, right? Or it's like, oh, but this is what the other side is also doing. It's like, no, but tell me what you think, right? Or it's like right now, it's like everyone keeps questioning her on
immigration.
The last, not even just like the last 3.5 years of her of Biden and whatnot, and it's like she's like just keeps reverting to like, what did the Trump administration do? It's like, no, what did you do in your position for the last 3.5 years? Like, why are we so bad right now? Yeah. Because of like, what was your involvement in this? You know what I mean? It's I don't know, man. It sucks. I thought she could have been a cool choice. I don't know.
Free my dog.
Yeah.
Damn, man.
And he genuinely has support. Like he has the people that are regardless going to vote for him, which are the like, I don't know if you can say this, but they're the honkies.
But then now he's garnering more like votes as well.
But now it's like there's a lot of rational people, right? Yeah. That are kind of like,
and that's when there's a problem.
I think the black male vote for him seems to be pretty high.
Did you see how Barack Obama was trying to get the black he was I don't know what he was saying exactly. I gotta watch the full interview properly. But basically saying, oh, as a black man, you guys have to vote for Kamala Harris. Trying to make it seem like
literally doing the Biden thing of if you don't vote for me, you're not black.
Yeah, trying to do it's almost trying to do like the race. It was like, wait, hold on, bro. Like,
well,
I don't want to vote, and I don't know about them, but it's like you wouldn't want to vote for someone just because. It's more about like, with the Barack Obama, I get it. It's like, hey, you're the first black. Let's just get you in there. I think one comedian said, it's like, hey, let's just get you in there for now.
Look, it's not just that. Like, Barack was not a bad choice when it was him and John McCain.
It was a bad
you know what I mean? It's like,
but I'll be honest. I think a lot of black people just like, let's just get you in there for now. And then the next one, we'll think about it. So
because obviously now we can go down. I mean, any other areas that we think packed us up, because we can go down in terms of how much Kamala is probably fumbling right now.
I haven't got another error on the top of my
mind. Well then, let's run with this. Let's talk about what's going on with the Kamala administration.
Yeah,
how's she fumbling? How bad is this? Is America finished?
Yeah, it's so weird. I think America is so split. Like so split. Every time I look at comments, I see people going.
Left the moisturizer on the camera.
Every time I look at comments, it's like how Like, who is this? No way, like, we are finished, right? And then it'd be like 300,000 likes on that comment,
that's wild.
I was like, okay. I was like, all right. So there's a huge P group that feels this way about Kamala. All right, cool. And then I look at Trump's post or whatever, and then people are saying the same thing. And I was like, oh, like, where do people actually stand on this stuff? But I think what's happening right now is that both of them are just going out to actually do a lot of these interviews. And I think that's where Kamala's actually fumbling in terms of the interviews that she's doing.
She's just not answering stuff.
She's just not answering the questions and I feel like she's just trying to, exactly what you're saying, trying to go, oh, but what did Trump do? What did Trump do? You know, the funniest one that actually kills me is the inflation. The whole stuff about inflation. The couples will come out and ask questions. They're like, hey, this was happening. We couldn't even afford a house. We had to sell our property. Now we're not even renting. Now we have to move back with our parents. Just wanted to know, what do you plan to do? See, growing up as a middle... bro...
Mistake.
Guys, she did not explain anything. She did not say what she was going to do about it. She didn't address it at all. Did you guys see the one with her and Oprah Winfrey?
Oh, bro, the gun thing?
Oh, the gun
thing was funny, bro. That was almost her dopest moment yet, like where she just answered a question and then she went, no, let me not lose these liberals too hard. Because Oprah says something about guns and she goes, essentially her response was like, well, she goes, I'm a gun owner,
yeah.
and like, step on my property, I'm gonna smoke you.
Yeah.
Right? And then she goes, nah, I shouldn't say that. And it's like, no. Like, this was a real moment where it's like,
what's your
regardless
policy
of what we
stance
think
on
about
this?
guns laws and all this kind of stuff, it's like, you actually had a moment that you can kind of unite both sides. Because we don't understand America when it comes to this issue.
Yeah.
But the Democrats and the liberals, they both want their guns.
So the thing is, for a bit of context, I think what's happened is that it almost looked like once upon a time, her opinions on guns, she did not want Americans to have guns, right? So that's why Oprah brought up that question. It's like, are you a gun owner? Do you have a gun? And where do you stand on that as well, right? Because America's like, hey, I'm trying to hold my gun, right? And then that's why she's like, yeah. And then she goes, have you fired a guy? She's like, of course I have. At a gun range.
Yeah, which, to be fair, is where hopefully the average American should fire a gun.
Man.
Yeah.
What else did she say on the show there? There was something else?
No, I think that the gun one was a huge
There was
one.
another thing. No, there was another thing where Oprah asked her a question and she answered it like so around the edge, and Oprah just stared at her, like, just went quiet.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, I clearly don't believe you.
Bro, the face that Oprah has, bro, she's like, far out, bro. I'm trying to save you, but you're not making it easy on yourself. Yeah. I think the big one, obviously, the gun, the immigration, and the inflation. Those are the big three things that, that she hasn't given a full, straight answer.
Yeah.
But I think the biggest one, actually, if there's anything, is people don't know who she is properly. Like, and I think that's what Charlamagne was touching on. Charlamagne had an interview with her as well recently. But it's like, as Americans, we feel like we don't know who you are. And even there's a recent interview as well, and brought up, once upon a time you're for guns, now you're against guns, and now you're for guns, and then your thoughts on this has gone from this to that. Where do you stand? And I think that's the biggest thing with Americans. It's like, who are you? I think with Trump it's very easy to tell. Like, who is
like,
Trump?
regardless of what we think, to his credit,
he shows you
the way he acts tells you who he is.
Yeah, and he's a pretty straightforward guy. Like bro, I'll never forget the debate that he had with Thing. He was like, oh, she's talking about taxes. Like, I save on taxes, but it's because and he literally told him, like, told the Americans.
That tax one, to this day, I always say this, I don't think he was a good president. I don't think he will be a good president. I don't think he should ever be in the running for these kind of things. But that answer was phenomenal. Hillary Clinton goes, something about tax breaks. And he goes, yeah, I did use those tax breaks. She was in office as the vice president for so many years. She could have changed those laws. You know why she did it? Because everyone that endorses her uses those tax breaks too, and I know their names.
I was like,
bro, that's Nas ether to Jay-Z.
Yeah.
That was unreal.
Because you benefit off that too. Yeah. What can you say to that? But that's the thing about Trump. Again, I feel like you know who you're voting for. You know,
you guys literally got the red and blue going on right now.
We do. Yeah. You know who you're voting for. You know his character. You know the type of decisions that he's going to make. I think if something comes out, I think most people go, Trump would do this.
Yeah.
And I think again, if you like him or not, just regardless of anyone, I think you wanna know your leader to a point where you will know what they would do.
I think that's the thing. I mean, in leadership in general, and that's probably I hear that why probably everyone is shook on that Kamala stuff because if you need to know someone in order to follow their vision.
Yeah, because bro,
where are you taking us, dog? You know? What I mean?
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
And I need to know that you're a good leader. I need to know that what kind of decision you're gonna make. You're gonna make a very smart decision because I trust you. But I think that's the biggest struggle with Kamala Harris. And again, this is just based on what people are saying and the interviews as well. It's like, we actually don't know where you stand. If tomorrow you have to make a big decision for us Americans, we actually don't know.
Do we ride out for you or not?
We actually don't know if you're going to go do A or go do B.
What's this black man?
So, all right, so part of her Harris-Waltz policy is
she's trying to save the black man.
Kamala Harris will create an opportunity agenda for black men. Sounds cool, right? We'll just go through the first 5. Provide 1 million loans that are fully forgivable up to 20,000 for black entrepreneurs and others to start a business. I didn't understand this, and a lot of people weren't too sure about this. So 1 million loans, that's dope, right? Loans, meaning I have to pay it back, but it says they're fully forgivable up to 20,000. I don't understand if that means the loan is 20,000 or the loan's 100 but fully forgivable up to 20 of it. Right? I don't understand how a loan is fully forgivable. It's a bit not clear on that. I think they should clarify that.
Yeah. Okay.
Support education, training, mentorship programs that lead to good paying jobs for black men, including pathways to become teachers. I think that's dope. That's a great one. I think,
All black men as teachers is lit.
Yeah, like literally that's what I was thinking.
Specifically on that part of it.
Yeah, because it's like, nearly 15% of the population. Should be a representation of black men that are teachers, and I think you often obviously TikTok's not the greatest example, but it's like the ones that I have seen of like those young black teachers that will take care of his class. They really do look like they're doing a great job.
On the line of this though, education, training, and mentorship programs that lead to good paying jobs. What the freak is that? Like which jobs and how good is good? Like and how do you measure it?
How do you measure it?
Like, this is tough. Yeah. Sounds good.
But I think that second one's
But
cool.
I like that teacher. Bro, pushing in line with that? Bang.
Yeah. Protect cryptocurrency investments so black men who make them know their money is safe.
They already said it.
Hey, man. Not my joke to make. Launch a national health initiative focused on the illnesses that disproportionately impact black men. I think that's cool.
Yeah.
That's very good. And that being said, I think also whatever disproportionately impacts black women too.
Yeah.
Last one, legalize recreational marijuana and create opportunities for black Americans to succeed in this new industry. Now, Twitter, all right, this is not my opinion. Twitter had a field day with the cryptocurrency one and the weed one. And they were like, bro, this seems racist.
That sounds
They're
like
what? Because all black men love to smoke
bro,
weed?
I was gonna say that sounds like pandering.
Yeah.
But you got it from the wrong sources.
Okay,
That's what it looks
in her
like.
defense, a little bit, right, is that
Oh, that's hilarious.
disproportionately, I think a lot of black and brown boys in America have done jail time and have scars on their record because of marijuana when they shouldn't have, and their white counterparts did not, right?
Yes.
So I do hear on that thing. Obviously, she's got, maybe we don't understand the full context of things, but she's obviously got the horrible history of putting away black men for marijuana, allegedly. I don't fully understand it. Apparently, the numbers aren't like they make her sound worse in that role than she actually was. I don't know. But yeah, I think I don't know. It sounds interesting.
It's a funny focus to have.
Yeah. I think
That's what it is. It's a funny focus to have,
just try to get
and
more
to say
black
that this
men.
is the way that we're going to benefit and help black men succeed in this country.
Can I be honest?
But we haven't sorted out racism. We haven't sorted it out. You know what I mean? All that other stuff.
I think legalizing marijuana for the sake of helping
Business.
a group of people that are clearly traumatized, for the vast majority, whether they actively feel it or unknowingly might have, we talk about this stuff with like the epigenetic stuff and all that. It's like we don't even realize like stuff that can be ancestral trauma that might have passed down, all that kind of stuff. I think, and the studies are there, and like doctors and nurses will tell you this, like just when it comes to like marijuana, it's like the amount of psychosis that triggers,
Yeah.
right? It's like I don't know if legalizing that is for the sake of a community that has trauma, right? Again, I don't want to put that on everybody, but for the most part,
Yeah, no, definitely. Though.
like, is a loving and kind thing to push.
Yeah. As a way to make their lives
because
better.
you don't know how many.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder how that makes the black men in America feel reading those things. I wonder
Like,
if
this is the way that we're gonna
I wonder if
succeed.
they're like, yeah, all right, cool. I'm gonna vote for you because of that, or they go,
So watch this space for real, man.
yeah,
It's gonna be interesting, bro.
I think right now they're just all crumbling, just jumping on.
When is the election? again?
November next month.
I think
Okay.
they got
Should be
under-
like within 30, 40
yeah,
days.
it's under
Yeah,
30
yeah.
days now. I think like 26 now.
Wow. Yeah. Hey, man. It's gonna be interesting to sing these ones.
Yeah, man. I think it's gonna be a close one. I'm not gonna lie. I think it's gonna be a close one.
Yeah. I would have hoped so. I honestly thought she might have taken it after that debate that they did together.
Yeah.
She looked so good in that.
Wrong on it.
She looked good. She looks like a leader. I think she's a great leader in general.
the thing is,
I
I
think
feel like-
qualities wise.
And what Charlamagne was saying is that people feel like she needs a script.
I hear that.
You know,
I hear that. You can't talk on the fly because she's in a tough position as well because it's like normally your party will just, if you've only done 4 years, they'll send the same person back for the next 4 as the choice. He clearly got overthrown, right?
So mad.
But you can't talk against him because he's still the president. You're still his vice president.
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's hard for her to speak.
So,
on.
so
you gotta
it's a-
adjust
so-
what you want to
so-
fix and what you want to do properly.
Because
This
people
Oh,
keep
bro, she's
linking,
in a bad
linking what
place.
she's doing with Biden. She
Yeah.
can't turn on Biden as well,
Bro,
You know?
because everyone's gonna be like, okay, so you're number 2 in charge. So
Yeah, like it doesn't make like you're the vice president. It's like, oh, what do you think? Would you do anything differently to Biden? Now that's a tough question to answer.
yeah, because realistically, she probably wants to say everything.
she'll probably also be like, yeah, I would actually change this shit, but she can't because now Biden's gonna be like, yeah, big man.
You were there.
Yeah, like don't forget. And then because there was a little thing that happened where it's like she's like, oh, I spoke to Biden at least once a week. And then Biden comes, I was like, nah,
We're in chat.
we're chat.
I don't
You know
know
what?
it like that.
One narrative I really don't like when people put on her is this whole like she slept her way to the top thing.
Oh, I've never heard
Because
that one.
whether that's true or not, like if whether she slept around or not,
Oust.
I just don't think that's fair. And I don't think you get to president based on sleeping around.
Yeah. if
You know,
that's all
you
it
might
takes.
get to one good Hollywood movie. You might get to, personal assistant at a law firm that,
Instead
instead of getting
assistant general
70,000,
manager.
you
Yeah.
get 92. You know what I mean? And then you don't deserve. You're not getting president off of spreading coochie.
Yeah, that's a horrible narrative because then it shows how
Yeah.
what do you call it? Faulty their system would be.
Yeah,
if that's
yeah,
all it
that's what
takes.
it
If
is
that's
then,
all you
yeah,
can
that's
do.
what-
Yeah, because then it's
That's
like, how's
crazy.
that the first lady?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like how's this the first lady that's ever been? And then, side note, Flagrant said this, and I actually do think it's so fire. I like this probably. It's. I don't want. You know what? It's a little like misogynistic. Okay, but I thought it was very funny. They were like,
Man waited till
if
Marwa
she
wasn't
becomes
here.
president, her man is getting head from the president. That's kind of fire on his end.
I don't know why that sounded like I need to pause that, bro. Because the president's always been a guy.
Exactly.
Hearing that,
Hey, that's
period,
kind
bro.
of fire, bro. Happy for him.
man.
That's the reason I hope she becomes president.
Yeah, just so that can become true.
for
There.
that.
I'm finished, man. Yeah, hey man, watch this space for real. It'll be interesting to see what actually like continues to come out from that, and what that actually impacts on the rest of like just everything else, the state of affairs for the world, man.
It's gonna be huge. Yeah.
Talking about Tumblr people and Tumblr kids again. The directioners were in disarray though on Thursday. I remember I broke the news in the office because I don't know how I ended up on my phone, but we were sitting down chilling. It was like early in the morning, and then I think Daily Oz, posted the news about Liam Payne's passing. It was like 3 minutes ago, and I was like, "Oh shoot!" And to be honest, no reaction from anyone in the office. They're not from that demographic at all. But there's one girl that I was like, I know this is gonna rock her world, bro. She comes in and then, like, oh, how do we tell her, bro? Like, oh shoot, like, all right, packed up, packed her up entirely. No, sending texts here, this, that. I was like, "Fuck, man, there's actually there's gonna be a." And immediately I thought about 5 other people that I'm like, oh man, I know how I don't know
Yeah,
how
bro.
much
Someone
they
put up a
love
story
One
saying, "Now I
Direction.
gotta go home."
I was like,
Yeah.
oh, this is peak. What a random, sad passing.
It just seems really sad. It seems very drug induced.
yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Some sort of psychosis that would have led
Very
him to jump
sad.
off. He's got a 6-year-old kid.
Wow.
I was like, because I think as the day progresses, I mean, I know the first report is just like, boom, 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 no further details right now. Day progresses, more information is coming out and whatnot. And then stuff around like erratic behavior in the hotel.
Yeah.
Because the manager,
Police
the manager,
call.
she called the police. She was just like, "Hey, we got a guest.
Exactly,
here.
yeah.
We're worried." Funny thing is, she actually even mentioned, she's like, "I'm worried because there's a balcony."
Yeah.
So she actually threw that in the conversation with the police. So she called the police, I think, like twice or something like that. But yeah, it's like, "Oh, can you please come to just come check out the situation."
It's just so sad that life, young, 31 years old, bro.
31 is young.
You know what I'm saying?
bro.
Like, it's so sad that life can be gone in an instant like that. And I was even thinking, I'm like, damn, the human body, we can take so much, but my goodness, can we get packed up very quickly? Freak accidents, poor decisions, whatever it might be. And I'm like 31 years old with a child and was engaged? No?
I think so.
I believe.
I know he's in a relationship. Apparently, there was a whole slew of allegations from his previous partner.
Yeah.
It's like around harassment and stuff that was going to be coming out. I think she was pursuing it legally. So you don't know if that also
Contributes to mental state at the time,
Yeah.
whatever. But
he's also
man,
been somewhat erratic over the last few months in his interviews and stuff. I think.
bro,
But that's a sad way to
sad
go.
loss of life, man. Yeah, literally. And I was just like, damn, there's a whole generation of
Story of my life.
I don't know any of their songs, bro.
You don't know any?
You don't
I thought you
know,
would.
man.
What?
One
Oh
Direction,
no!
come on,
Na,
man.
na, 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 na.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nah,
yeah.
man.
I
That's
remember
what makes you beautiful.
that one is a banger. I'll
Yeah.
never
Bro,
say that.
wonderful, man.
Um,
Those guys are amazing.
I won't let these little things slip. I don't know this
Couldn't
my
tell
sister,
you.
I think.
There's only one more song I know.
think that's
Best
them.
song ever. Best song ever.
Oh, yeah, man. These man have
Yeah,
slappers.
that's the thing.
Nah,
Whether you like them or
had
not,
us. Nah,
slap
nah.
the slappers,
They
bro.
had us, bro. Yeah.
Yo.
Nah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But fam, yeah, nah, it's crazy, man. And then I forgot who else. There was someone else like recently, but I was just like, damn. Very, very quickly and very what do you call it? Abruptly, people's life can just be
Yeah.
changed or impacted people that are around them, or even just the people that really follow and love these people that they've looked
Yeah,
up to
100%.
or held such a strong place in their life too. Just like that, like you hear that and it changes and rocks you. I was like,
Changes a lot.
damn,
Because
bro.
I think he was even there because one of the One Direction members was actually performing. I think a day after or 2 days after. That's why he was there.
Connor's a real life journalist, bro. This guy got
Bro,
the
I told you, he's
info.
at every concert.
Yeah, man. I was meant to go to that concert too.
You get me? I was annoyed.
But yeah, so he was there because he was meant to go to I forgot which one of the members, but he was meant to go to the concert. So it did look like everything was good, like everything was going good, right? Again, obviously,
There's some like moments before video kind of stuff as
Yes.
well.
Yeah,
Like,
but
pictures and images.
Snapchat
I'm
story.
like,
yeah, he was like, "Good
right.
morning." I forgot exactly, but he said it in Argentina, but it's just like, "Good morning here, blah blah, kid for tonight." But it just looks like everything was going normal, everything was going okay, and then
That's my thing, bro. The drugs, bro. It honestly is always involved in these celebrity deaths. Like nine times out of 10. It's so sad.
Bro, I was talking to like someone at work, and they were talking about how they wanted to parent, and they were saying like, I'm not even gonna like try to like push my child in any direction. I'm gonna let them figure out themselves and hope that, you know, what they've seen and heard around me is enough to guide them in those moments. I said, big man, I am going to fight night my children if we ever try to doing these drug in this house.
Bro,
I'm going to instill the fear of God in you to know this is not okay. And then sure, when you come to, you know, your decision, you're going to make the right one. You're going to make the
gonna make the right one.
when
You know what I'm saying?
when you hit 18 years old, yeah.
you're gonna make the right one.
Bro.
There's no
But between there's only one direction.
Oh,
So,
it's too soon, man.
Oh goodness.
no, guys, not in that way. I just
It's too soon.
Story of my life.
no what I
Yeah.
But you get the idea. Where it's like, yeah, hey, we're only doing things one way. Yeah. You don't get a choice in this or that. Yeah. You're 4 years old.
It's
you're 4 years old.
Yeah, the Western world has just really normalized those activities. Like we've really normalized it. Like
media, music, everything like that.
Everything. Like just all the. Like, it's not that it doesn't happen in the East and in other parts of the world. It's just people are ashamed to admit it.
Have shame. No, yeah, they have shame.
They have shame.
No, our culture
stops shame. Things from becoming normal.
We need more shame.
Shame is good. I'm not even kidding. Shame is good.
No.
Shame is good. Like, we don't know what our dads got up to. And we shouldn't.
Yeah, and they won't let us.
And they won't let us know. And we will never know. And thank God for that. And my sons will not know what I got up to. And they shouldn't, right?
Oh my days!
Nowadays, bro, you guys remember that video that went around where it's like one of those street interviews, and this girl's like, "What's a generational thing like that you managed to break in your family and you wish you never went through?" Do you guys remember this?
No.
And it's like this 45, 50-year-old black guy in America, and he goes, promiscuity.
Okay.
He was like, I was a hoe. I slept around so much. He's like, I cannot remember how many people I've slept with, kind of thing. All this kind of stuff. He's like, but it was generational. My mama was a hoe, whatnot. And she's like, damn. And it sounds crazy. And he goes, she has 6 kids from 5 men. What does that make her?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God. Like, and he's like, in a sense, he's saying, it's like, why do I know her body count?
Yeah.
Minimal.
Yeah.
You know?
Minimal, yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like, oh my gosh, there actually is certain things you shouldn't know about your parents.
Shame, bro. It's needed for sure. Yeah.
And it packs up your perception of them, right? And then
I thought it was just you, mom, dad.
Nah,
that's what I'm saying.
Apparently not with some of these people, bro.
I remember I said I was gonna talk about Grace today. It would be another conversation, I think, on another pod. But there is an element, like, again, this is calling people goofy, bro. Like, we need to.
Like, this is not optimal. The thing is,
yes.
It always comes to this optimal thing. I never want to make people feel bad for the decision.
Yes.
I never want, like, life happens. It is what it is. Cool. But it's like, in leading your life, like, just keep thinking of the optimal thing.
We need
Who
to
am I
have
gonna
some
date?
kind of a North
What am I
Star.
gonna study? What job am I gonna do? Where am I gonna live? Where am I gonna interact with? And who am I gonna interact with? If I do these drugs, what's gonna happen? If I keep doing these drugs, what's gonna happen? If you know what I mean? If I travel to these locations, what could happen? Like, just think of the optimal thing. It's not about taking away fun from life, bro. It's about ensuring that I'm gonna live good.
Yeah. Now, I like that because again, what I was gonna be talking about is about like letting people like live life and not live life, but like having grace for people in their decisions and meeting them where they're at, kind of thing. But I think, and something that I've started to realize is that at the end of the day, we still need to tell people this is where you want to go. I heard B. Simone said a banger. She was like, conviction. She said it in a way, she was like, conviction shouldn't do anything else to you except for tell you that you need to pack up and move. So it shouldn't make you shouldn't be like, it's not to make people feel bad.
Yeah.
But it's to say there's a direction that you need to be pointed into,
cool,
and that's where you need to get to.
That's cool.
And that's what she talked about, like being able to meet people where that. Like, I'm not trying to make you feel bad right now. I'm just letting you know this is the direction where you need to get to. Yeah. And I hope this means it lets you know it's time to pack up and move, kind of thing. Yeah. It's a positive, cool. It's a positive thing. Right. It's a driving force as opposed to a suppressing one to make you feel bad in that moment. But that's what shame needs to be. Yeah. Of like, guys, sure, we're not trying to make people feel bad for your decision you make, but this is the North Star, bro. This is where we need to try to get to. The optimal, in life. Yeah, it's mad, bro.
It's crazy.
Hey, man, we're almost at our 1 hour 20, but I need to roast some Americans real quick a little bit more before we dip.
Try to roast Americans?
Yeah. I want to roast the Americans a little bit more, man. Let me sit up for this, for real.
Wake up call for the Americans.
Nah, SNL monologue.
Hurricane Daniel.
Hurricane Daniel coming true.
SNL monologue, let's go.
I've realized I cannot take American accent seriously. Specifically, that Southern, Atlanta, like Houston accent.
You talking about white people from those areas or black people?
They have the same accent.
Oh.
They have the same one. It catches all of them.
Houston?
Yeah. It be catching them. And why I can't take it serious is because I will be trying to listen to very important conversations and they are spitting. But when they hit you with the like, nah, man, I can't take it serious now. And I don't. And it just sounds like it's a joke. It sounds like this is an act now and it's unserious. I can't take that accent serious for the life of me. It hurts me when I hear Lecrae even talk in his H-Town, A-Town accent combination, whatever. And I'm just like, dog, you're speaking some facts right now, but it sounds like you're taking the piss out of everything that you're saying here. In saying that, though, there are some accents that are beautiful and they sound cute and comedic in a nice way when I hear them, and I love them. Yeah. But I don't know, do you guys...
Because I like...
What do you think about that accent, that
like
Atlanta accent?
Atlanta I really like. I remember years ago thinking
as a place or the accent?
The accent. Like whenever I hear T.I. talk, I'm like, oh, I like the way you sound. Yeah, it's cool. Jeezy as well. I think where it might be certain artists, but it's like some of them feel like they're talking in ad-lib, and I don't like that.
Yes.
It's not the accent. It's the cadence.
Yeah.
You know?
I know what you mean.
Where it's like, it's chili burr. Like, like, dog, just say your code.
Big Burr.
Yeah. I'm like, all right.
Hey, what else did you say? What else goofy ass? Yeah.
Houston one I really like. Like,
I like the Black Houston.
Yeah, like your Bun B's and
Yeah,
I like it when they're rapping. Don't talk to me like that.
I love it. I love it.
I don't mind the
like
talk.
that.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Any accents in America that I don't really like are the white ones. So white Southern. That one is crazy.
Sound like a banjo. That banjo needs to be in the background when they talk.
The Valley Girls is crazy to me, like the California Valley
Yeah.
Girls. Like, oh my god,
Yeah.
Like, that is just like-
that one as well.
that one's
100%.
irritating.
I can't hear you.
A lot of black accents I like for the most
I
part.
actually don't. Yeah.
I can't.
There's one that is elite.
Well, we're here now.
One that's
GloRilla
Memphis.
dropped some amazing sound bites for me in the past week, bro. What?
No, I was gonna say like, this is the first time in a while that I've listened to the whole album.
Okay,
But
on
this is a
that,
separate thing. This
her
is
album
It's a
was-
good
I
album.
loved her album.
She's a great artist.
I was like, wow, she's a good rapper.
I loved her.
The
album.
song with Sexy Red is so good.
Oh.
And ATE.
Yeah.
You did.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. I was like,
I was telling Marwa like literally 2 days ago. I was like, I'm a GloRilla fan, and I
Bro.
love Megan Thee Stallion so much
'cause,
with all
bro,
my heart.
That's what I
no,
said.
because I heard so much hype about this, that, and then obviously the track with Maverick City, and I was like, okay, cool.
Because that's why I was interested.
Curious.
That's why I was interested as
Because
well.
Maverick City song.
Yeah.
I bet. Let me get the context of how this fits
Exactly,
with the
that's what I
album.
did. I went from intro.
Love it.
I was like, it's a very quick song. Some songs like
Come on, man.
2 minutes and 35 seconds. I was driving. I was like, she's verified.
Banger.
She has a beautiful spirit.
So she dropped on us
Yeah.
the best sound bites and Speedy Morman.
Speedy's unreal. I don't
love
know.
this guy.
Speedy is by far the best content creator of any like interview format. Like he's just so good. He's so
his
tapped
highlight
in.
reel that he dropped, even I think it was like last
Bro,
year. Banger.
unbelievable, right? Like just having that little pause, even and Obama going, "Of course I know you, Speedy."
Yeah, he's just
What?
he times things amazing.
He's very good. And then obviously, so he's done the interview with GloRilla. It's a really good interview.
Yeah. I think I listened half. Yeah.
He's not pushy. He's not whatever. A lot of the girls were saying she was feeling him,
It looked good
because
for
he
him.
goes, "What's your time?" She giggles a little, right? And then she answers, and then he goes, "There's like 10 good guys left in the world, and it's me and my friends." And I can introduce you to my friend.
Yeah.
And all the comments say, "I don't think she wants to meet your friend."
Come on. Right. Speedy's cool.
Yesterday he posted on TikTok. You need to watch his TikToks. Yeah, he's also very good vlogs and stuff. And he goes, everybody's asking like what's happened since, like with me and Glow, and like have we linked? Have we? And he's in bed while he's doing this, right? And he goes, "What I want to ask you is, have you allowed your Lord and Savior Jesus Christ to come into your life?" You see, her name is Gloria, and I would say, "All glory to God." And he's just like, "Fuki's." I was like, "Bro, you know how to milk the moment. You are so good at it."
He's so goofy too.
man,
You know,
he's
because I follow. I've been like, I don't follow too many people, but I follow him on Instagram.
Yeah.
His stories are the goofiest thing. He'll post white women in line at Macca's that have a long back. And it'd just be like, damn, this is a tough life. That's the type of groupie. He just posts the dumbest things.
That's
on his
wild.
story. He doesn't have, and then I think he recorded, he was in the airport and this girl was a guy was laying on it like his girlfriend or something, and she's rubbing his head. And he zooms in on him, he's like, "Far must be nice." This is the type of dumb things he posts.
He's incredible at content.
Bro.
Like, this is for years. He's been in part of Complex for however long I can remember. And it's like just seeing him kind of elevate
They're not letting him go.
into the guy.
They're not gonna let it go.
Unreal. But on the accent.
Yeah, GloRilla's accent in that interview
spirit.
was so cute, bro. Like, it's just hilarious to watch. She's only even
23,
20. Yeah, bro, these people are young, man. It's crazy. Sexy Red is only 23 as well, I think, or something like that.
Also, I love her. Like, as a person, I love her.
Haven't jumped on that boat just yet.
I'm gonna jump on it forever.
She's cool.
She's
cool.
so lovely. Sexy Red, bro.
It just pop on all my news feed. What the heck? This Memphis accent
But
can't be real.
So the Memphis one, it sounds cute on the girls, and it sounds like
Cute on the guys?
bossy on the guys.
Okay.
Like whenever they talk, like whether it was Gotti or Dolph or like whoever, it's like they're like, oh, it doesn't sound as like cartoonish as you would think it does.
Yeah.
But on the girls, it sounds a bit cartoonish in a cute way.
Oh man,
Mississippi also is a really good one.
I need to
Like Big Crit.
Okay. Oh
That's
yeah.
the
No, I
accent,
do like
yeah.
Big Crit's
That's
accent.
when they talk, you're like, oh, like I'm locked in.
Yeah. Hey man, America's only got those two good things going for them. The cute
accents.
accents. Other than that place is packed up, bro. But honestly, if you talk like you're from the Valley or you talk like you're from Atlanta, I don't want to hear it.
Toronto's not good either, though. Like, as in the Toronto road man is a bit. Do you remember that girl last year? Somebody smoked at you. Make me sick to my stomachs.
Fam. Yo, Cruddy. Yeah, don't talk to me. I don't want to hear anything you have to say when you talk like this, bro.
Can't take it serious, man.
Oh my goodness, I can't take you serious.
Oh,
yeah,
man,
hey
serious.
man. And that's us, bro.
Hey, thank you for joining us for another episode. Thank you for putting up with my coughing and whatever else came with it. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, rate us on Spotify, and we'll see you guys next week. Peace out.